Hey everybody, today is July 25th, 2014. I give you the date because this is going to be a live YouTube series. This is NCAA 14 on PlayStation 3, and this online dynasty is going to be called Rags to Riches. The idea behind it is that everybody, except for one, is starting at a one-star school. The other guy is starting at Ohio, which is a two-star school. We are using Operation Sports 14-15 rosters. So this should be rosters fairly accurate heading into the upcoming football season, which starts in about a month. The conference alignment is, since we're starting off with about 8 users, so there's going to be 2 conferences with 2 divisions in each one. There'll be 2 teams in each division. So you'll have your interdivision rivalry, you have your interconference rivalry, and then you'll have your cross-conference rivalries, which would be, I believe we're using the MAC and Conference USA, if I recall. So once that stuff gets set up, I can confirm that once we get advanced to week 1. So let's talk about the sliders that we're going to have, give you an idea of what we're dealing with from a difficulty perspective. The offensive skill set is set to All-American, which I was kind of surprised to see, but when you see the sliders, you'll understand why, I believe. 7-minute quarters and speed threshold is set at 25, so hopefully we'll get some fast guys running away from defensive ends, which has been something that drove me crazy in the past. Game rules, the ones set to 100 that you won't be able to get away with are the kick, catch, interference, intentional grounding, and roughing the kicker. I'm also interested to see how this offensive pass interference is going to play out, because I've seen that even more often than defensive pass interference, which isn't realistic at all, but that's the way this game is played based on the sliders I've used in the past. So let's look at the user AI settings. Quarterback accuracy is set to 10, which is low. I don't think I've been in a dynasty where it was less than 20, so it should definitely be a challenge. And field goal power at 25. With these, those are the ones that stuck out to me. With the crappy teams that we're playing with, being able to kick a field goal, I feel like we're going to be needing to do that more often. So definitely have to spend some points on recruiting a good kicker. Let's look at the CPU settings, and you can see the difference. Quarterback accuracy is at 25 versus 10 for the user, and field goal power 45 versus 25. So definitely a boost for the CPU. I think interceptions and pass coverage were 70 for the user, so a little boost for us there, so we can hopefully try to stop some folks. But looks like it evens out overall because their rush defense is better than ours for the CPU. So that's the rundown on the sliders. Let's take a look at the depth chart. I'm going to just go into the recruiting module and do that this way. I know for a fact my starting quarterback will be Tyler Benz. He is a 79 overall, and he is the best. He's my only senior, and he is the best quarterback that I have. From an awareness perspective, from an accuracy perspective, from a speed perspective, I think he's second. So I'm not going to run a whole lot of option. The idea is just going to be a run pass, or pass offense. There's not going to be a lot of option. I mean, there'll be some read option, but I won't run it very much. The running backs are going to be headed by the 3 senior head of Hill, Brumfield, and Allen. I don't have a fullback on this roster running a one-back offense. Mostly a one-back offense. Don't really need one, so I may just let the CPU sign one if I don't reach my limit, which we'll talk about the limits here shortly. Dustin Crew will be my number 1 receiver. He's a junior. I only have 1 senior, and he's low rated. Probably won't see the field. Tyrese Russell is my potential Mackey Award candidate. With a one-back offense, I have a lot of tight end and 2 tight end sets, so I look to get him involved immediately. See what we can do. On the offensive line, it's going to be 4 out of 5 seniors and 1 freshman. So McFadden will start at the left tackle. There's my freshman, Kajong Armstrong, starting at left guard. Irby's at center, and my best offensive lineman is a senior, Allison at right guard, and then Hansen at right tackle. On the defensive side of the ball, nothing to get too excited about. There at left end. Defensive end is probably the most intriguing player on my roster, Lion King, and yes, that is his real name. I looked him up. He is on the EMU website, on the roster, so he is legit. 205 pounds at defensive end, though, kind of worries me, so we need to get a strength coach in here or something, right? Defensive tackle, I've got 3 seniors out of my 5 players. That's going to be a difficult position that I need to fill as far as recruiting. Left outside linebacker, middle, Levante Robinson's a sophomore, and I got a senior on the right side, Tim Brown. I got two seniors starting at quarterback. These corners, Darius Scott and Willie Crear, going to be difficult to replace, but really I need to replace. I just need to get some secondary guys in here because my 2 starting safeties are seniors as well. And Pudge Connor, strong safety. And then my kicker and punter, Mulder and Barnes, 78 and 75 overall respectively. Could be worse, so I'll take them. So let's look at my team needs, what the game says I need. We know halfback and defensive tackle with all the seniors that have at those positions. A fullback, which again, not a huge concern. We'll need a center to back up that, or to replace that senior that's going to graduate. And strong safety, mentioned there. So let's take a look at my pipeline states, and we're going to talk a little bit about the recruiting rules that we have in this dynasty. Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana are my current pipes. Looks like I'll have them for the next couple, for this season and next season, before I have to start worrying about refilling. Looks like Indiana will be the first one to potentially lose. Going to try to nail down Florida. Once I eliminate some of the guys off my board that either aren't interested or are being recruited harder by other schools, or my bonus isn't big enough, whatever the reason, I'll probably throw some more players from Florida on there, even if they're low rated, just to try to land that one as a pipeline for next season. So back to the rules on our recruiting for this league. Basically, we're limiting. Normally, you can sign 25 in a class. That's the way it is in real life. That's the way it is in the game. But we're limiting ourselves to the number of seniors that you have, plus 3 as a 1 or 2 star school. Or once you move up to a 3 or 4 star school, then it's plus 2, and for a 5 or 6 star school, it's plus 1. So number of seniors plus, that little bonus for being whatever star school you are. The other number you can add on to that would be if you cut players below 70. So for example, let's say your roster is 70 players, you cut 5 next season, so you're down to 65 players, and let's say I have 10 seniors. I can sign 10 seniors plus my 3 bonus for being a 1 or 2 star school plus the 5 that I cut. So I could sign up to 18 players in that particular scenario. I'm not going to show you my recruiting board with this being a live web series. I don't want to tip off my competitors as to who I'm recruiting. If they really want to take the time to figure it out, they could just go through and search each recruit, figure out who I'm on the board for, who I'm near the top for, and use what I've already told you about my recruiting strategy to try to figure it out, again, if they have that kind of free time. More power to them. The other thing is, the way I lined up my board was I started with guys that were interested in Eastern Michigan, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever. If I was on their list and I was interested in them, I put them on my board, and then I just looked for players within my pipeline that were probably a reach, but you never know. If a guy goes unrecruited, I could lock one down. So that's sort of my recruiting strategy. And that's pretty much it. So I appreciate you guys watching and sticking with me. Leave a comment in the section below. Click a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Feel free to subscribe. I would love to interact with the people that watch my videos. I'd love to play a game or pick up game or whatever. Just PSN me, DJ23. if I'm around and available, I'd be happy to do. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.